You're listening to the Unbelievers Podcast.
There were several groups. One of the principal ones was the reptilians from the Orion complex.
Without any exaggeration, it was like being on fire inside.
Rats were in the inside.
This stuff was in my mouth. It felt like it was 500 pounds. It was unbelievably hot.
My first question would be, were you a member of the Church of Satan, a card-carrying member of the Church of Satan?
I don't understand.
There's always an argument for everything. You know, just because somebody can fake something doesn't necessarily mean it's full war and we found a life form. And that's when I started shitting my pants.
So for the person who called, I am carrying an alien.
An alien baby, and we cover it right here, okay?
Okay.
Something is happening. What is it? That's the question. So do UFOs exist? It depends on what you mean exist.
Besides saving the universe, fighting aliens, and looking for old IBM computer parts, the thing that time travelers love to do most is appear on Coast to Coast AM with Art Bell. We all know the story of John Titor and his many, many songs. But what about Andrew Basiago and his feet? Well, tonight, we add a new traveler to the lore. A man from the future with an unbelievable mission who agreed to be interviewed on Coast to Coast AM. So join us tonight as we talk about Time Traveler Single 7. A man who is truly he's different than every other human you'll ever meet. Right here on the program, where you continue to learn to unlearn everything you know. Hello and welcome to the Unbelievers Podcast. I'm your host, Rus Ryan, and tonight I am joined by my co-host in California, Drea Mora. Hello, Drea.
Hello.
And on Long Island, our soundboard engineer and producer, Rob Okey.
You violate the code of honor when you do that.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Rob.
Hello, Rob. So, yeah, here we are, and we're recording a little, I know you guys probably won't know, but we're recording a little later than usual. Drea and I don't know, Rob, maybe you two have been through natural disasters in the last week. Drea, tell us about, didn't you go through some earthquakes, last week? Since we recorded, right?
Yeah, I got a couple of earthquakes. Some people are saying 3. I only remember 2 of them, but they were pretty fun. I don't know. How about you?
That sounds cool. I've never been in an earthquake. Have you, Rob?
I've never been in an earthquake. I've lived in New York and Florida. It's the only places I've lived, and they're not earthquake places. So I've never felt an earthquake before.
Oh, this one was a fun one. It wasn't scary.
Oh,
to me,
sounds cool. Not bad.
I must have been far enough away from the epicenter. I heard that their towns got fucked up, so I'm sorry that was very insensitive of me, and I take it back.
No, it's fine, because I'll double up on it. But yeah, I had to go through Tropical Storm Barry, or briefly Hurricane Barry, which was almost, as I sat through it almost felt like a conspiracy, of the Weather Channel, because really not a lot happened. Just everything shut down, but there was some wind. It rained a little. Didn't even get close to flooding. I don't know. I'm glad it's over. We're all coming off of that. But we're gonna have a fun. Let's have a fun episode tonight. We're going back to Art Bell again. It's like,
oh,
yes,
good.
Yes. I love when we get to do these Art Bell episodes. These are some of my favorite ones, man.
I wish Art Bell was my dad.
I really do.
See, when I found those ART-CHIVES or archives, and we did that episode, I'm still listening. I'm going through what I can find on it, and a lot of unbelievers last time reached out to me, asked me for a link, sent you a link. Hope you guys are enjoying it too, but I hope you enjoy this one tonight, because we are talking Time Traveler Single 7.
Well, I never knew I had Martians in my garden, and I never knew there were aliens on my roof. I got shadow people, and they're living in my basement. Got a funny feeling Bigfoot's gonna be here soon. I was so blind before, I was so unaware, but now I swear I'm seeing things I need to know. Now I can see the light, and I also see a ghost. 'Cause I'm listening to Coast to Coast.
All right.
Well, you never knew
UFO Phil.
that your baby was
That's a famed Coast to Coast. He's like the Unbeliever of like Coast to Coast listeners from years ago, because that's UFO Phil who wrote that great Coast to Coast song. You guys like that song?
Yeah, that's pretty cute.
I was trying to figure out what the hell it was at first. That makes sense. It's a Coast to Coast listener.
It makes it even better because he made a video himself for it where he's just like walking down Hollywood Boulevard on like the Walk of Fame backwards, singing the song to the camera. Look up UFO Phil, Coast to Coast song. But we're here talking Coast to Coast, and we're going back in time again with Art Bell to over 20 years ago when Coast to Coast AM interviewed a time traveler named Single 7. When he called in to Art Bell with a story. Now remember, this is 1998, a few years before John Teeter started posting on those forums and became the time travel like poster boy sensation. You know, his story really blew up, but this guy has actually kind of beat him by a couple of years. I just don't think he's as well known. So you guys have listened to this, right, Drea and Rob?
His name, John Titter.
Yeah, I did. I listened to some of it, most of it. I was distracted a little bit at some points, but I got the gist of it, I think.
Yeah, I listened to it and I loved it. I thought it was really good, man.
He sounded like he knew what he was talking about. Like I got a little bit worried.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me a little bit of another episode of the Unbelievable Podcast, and I'm sure we'll probably get to that, but I don't want to spoil too much. But yeah, I really think this guy's pretty interesting.
All right, yeah. So let's get into it now. Here it is. Of course, here's Art Bell introducing his guest, the time traveler from the future. He's not for the past, by the way. Single 7. That would have been weird. That's a good story. Come for the past. Single 7.
Here is somebody who calls himself Single 7. Single, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, first of all, thank you for coming on the air.
You're welcome, Mr. Bell. I need to tell everyone about this. After the New Guinea tsunami, I'm quite concerned.
The New Guinea tsunami?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's begin. You say, at the time of this writing, I am in grave danger. Do you think you're going to be killed?
It's a good chance. I got rid of my homing device.
What?
But they're still able. They catch up with me from time to time. And not only do I have to worry about my Trav-T group, that's the group I came back with, I have to also worry about the alien MIM.
You're talking about, you said Trav-T group?
Yeah, it's our travel time group.
Our team's confused already. But yeah, this guy, he's talking New Guinea tsunami, and I want y'all guys remember, I had to establish this in the last Art Bell episode. Art Bell is obsessed with the weather. He loves aliens. He loves time travel. He loves Bigfoot. He wishes it was his dad, but Art Bell loves the weather. That needs to be...
I wish Bigfoot were my dad.
Yeah. That's why I brought up the that tropical storm in the beginning. I figured Art Bell would appreciate us talking about some weather. So,
oh yeah, maybe he'll stop in and use our devices to talk to us like he promised he would.
He needs something to listen to in between. But yeah, what do you think of that guy though? Single, not Signal as Rob likes to call him. It's Single 7.
I thought it was Signal 7. It sounded like a reggae band to me, kind of. Like a cool.
That would make more sense.
I wanted to listen.
Calling yourself Single 7.
I wanted to listen to them, to be honest.
Well, no. So he's a member of a travel T group or a travel time group. Trav T. I have a low T group, but he has a Trav T group, and he travels to the past. But we got to hear some more.
What was the Trav T? It was the travel. What was that? The travel team?
Trav T. Yeah, why do you have to abbreviate that? It's just one syllable
You'll find
extra.
out.
And it sounds...
He's from way in the future, and these are some of the things we're going to have to learn, and we're going to have to get used to if we want to be alive then. But now let's hear some more from Single 7.
You claim to be coming from the year 2063, correct?
Correct. 2063. I'm a paleo ag tech. I'm not a weather tech. I'm a paleo ag tech, and we're trying... In the future, they're trying to change the weather.
What is a paleo ag tech?
it's kind of boring. I find it fascinating, but a brief description is I was sent back to find the earlier cousins of corn, wheat, tomatoes, things that can survive in a hotter temperature so we can have them back. We'll use them to splice and make hybrids into the future.
I've got you.
Because we need to raise the temperature of the Earth in the future to keep the men away. They can't survive in hot temperatures. They need it very cold and dark.
So is he saying keep the men away? We got to make the Earth hot?
Oh, my God.
So,
well, he must have succeeded because, damn, I mean.
Yeah, no, the MIM. The MIM.
Yeah, well, we'll see. He might be saying MIM. He might be saying men. He might be saying the secret of NIM. Yeah, she heard men, Rob. But he's a paleo... He's a paleo ag tech from the future. He had to make sure to tell Art, I am not the weather guy. He's my friend, but I trust me. This can't be all weather. I'm here because me like corn in the future. Corn good.
Corn good.
Earth need be hot, so mem don't steal corn. That's where this is going. But what were you saying it was called, Rob? You said what's that? MIM?
The MIM, he keeps saying. He refers to them as the MIM.
Well, Art seems to know what you're talking about, so let's find out for sure, though.
So you're not any part of the MIM. You're from our own future. You're a human from our own future.
Correct.
And the MIM want to cool the planet, as in ice ages that we have had before, to virtually take the planet. The MIM, otherwise known as the Greys, that's what you're saying,
That's
right?
what you call them here, yes. The reason is, it's our parsecs of space is in a third dimension. You have to look at it like maybe a tabletop. It's a whole universe, and our part of it is in a bowl. We're very unique in our universe, we found out. The rest of the universe, they exist in somewhat of a fourth dimension. The Big Bang happened all at once. Their history has happened all at once, and the universe all collapsed at once.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So the Greys are the MIM, and then a bunch of stuff about the world is a bowl, the Earth is a vampire. The MIM.
Yeah. Yeah, the world is a vampire, and I think that's a pretty cute name for the Greys that I'm going to start using from now on.
Mimsy. Little MIM. Look at that little MIM.
That
little gray
MIM
MIM
over there. Oh.
You know, I am my old buddy, Freddie the MIM. You remember him?
Whoa. Okay, now it sounds like a slur.
Get out of here, you freaking MIM.
It's filthy.
Whoa.
Whoa. I'm sorry. I take that back. That wasn't
This
me.
Earth is getting super hot because we don't want you MIMs around here. Get off my
man.
beach, MIM.
I don't know why I'm offended. I'm generally offended right now for some reason. I don't know why.
I can't figure it out either. It's such a cute name, but it sounds so wrong when you put filthy in front of it and dirty.
Well, we know about Greys. They are filthy and dirty. Remember, they smell.
And they
don't they
stink.
smell bad?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they eat Lysol and stuff, but they like Doritos.
To
Some
no
of
avail.
them.
Yeah, some of them are cool. You can't judge. You know what?
I don't think that Doritos are going to make anybody smell any better, though.
It's fucked up for me to judge like their whole, like all of them. There may be some of them are cool like Rock, and some of them are cool like Freddy.
Freddy was not that cool. He split a dog's head in half.
Hey,
he was scared. When you're scared, crazy shit happens.
I've never split a dog's head in half when I was scared.
Hey, look, as long as he wants to make the Earth a little cooler, it is so hot right now. Talking about weather. Whew,
Dude,
come on, man,
like
bring it on.
out there right now. Yeah.
I think I hate this time traveler. I want the MIM to win. But
that
last part did get confusing. He starts talking about the universe is a tabletop and the Earth is a bowl and all that stuff. So it's about to get a little more confusing now. So you just pay attention because this next part is kind of important.
They're trying to get into the third dimension here, and that's why they have problems staying here. But you've seen them all through history. To them, it's not all through history. It happens simultaneously many times. They've been trying to change it.
All right.
It's kind of a strange concept to grasp. I've tried to explain this to other people, and this is my biggest stumbling block.
Okay, I'm going to try.
Yeah, like the person in the grocery store I was trying to tell this to, and
they weren't getting
dentist,
it. Huh?
They're not getting it.
He lost me after like 5 seconds. I don't know what he was talking about.
Something about his tone of voice. He's not a very good presenter.
No, you get really distracted just at the thought of his voice.
That must be why I was getting distracted when I was trying to listen to this in the first place.
But I try to write it down and actually pay attention. So he says that the MIM are like fourth dimensional beings, that we live in a three-dimensional world, and everything is happening for them at once. The past, the future, the Big Bang,